What is up, Print Fam? How is it going tonight? Put a notification up saying I was doing this. We'll see if anyone pops on. If no one does, I'm going to leave and delete the video. Well, it's late for most people. If anyone pops on, it'll be Bob. I'm just working tonight, working on some holographic stickers and a few other things. I had to leave early. What's up, Perfect Design? What are you guys up to tonight? I guess if it is night for you. Bob, I knew you'd be here. If you go back 1 minute, I was like, if anyone comes, it'll be Bob. Relaxing. I should be doing that. Instead, I'm working. No. Right now, I gotta cut these out. I just loaded the kiss cutting tool back in, and I've got holographic vinyl printing right now on the HP latex. Can you guys hear me okay? I've got the earbud in. Hoping you guys can hear me. Let me know if you cannot. Yep, great. Thank you, Bob. Bob, you working on tumblers or sublimation, or what are you doing this fine evening? Um, I sold my very first job on the holographic stickers, and that's why I bought it. And then for fun, I made some samples for another customer, and he was super excited, and he ordered some. So, job number 2 in the queue, but the initial order was a 2,000 piece order, so I've got to get that done and out the door. So the 2,000 piece order is what I'm working on, or I guess I'm printing right now, and then I'm working on these decals real quick. Yeah. Oh man, were the shirts sublimation, Bob? That's a lot of shirts. I don't like doing shirts. I like outsourcing shirts. It's hard to work and view comments at the same time. Well, I'm glad I stopped you from going to sleep, Bob. That's what I'm here for. I warned people. I warned people that I was coming live tonight. I knew a couple hours ago I was going to do it. So give you a better view of the cutter. I wish I was in bed. That's what the plan was, but I had left work early and I got some orders and I hadn't made any sales today, and I wanted to make some money. So I got to wrap a couple of things up on some bids. Hold that thought. I got to go move something on the HP. talk less. Oh, took less talk. Yeah. That's not terrible. So now the problem is it's going to cut this row and the next row. And so I'm going to have to touch this row and the next row as it comes off. Sorry that you're having trouble with your internet perfect design. What's everyone up to tonight? Looks like there's 6 or 7 of you on here now. Where are y'all tuning in from? Should I just block? You're gonna have to get another mug press. 15 minutes. That's a long time. Grim, welcome from Florida. Yeah, it's only 11:30 where I am, so it's not terribly late. It's not early, but love the Summa. I can just sit here and watch it work. I really should get an off-feed table. It'd make my life a lot easier. I was contemplating it today. They have the extension table. The air fryer. Oh, didn't know that was a thing. I knew you could do it in like a toaster oven. But if you make a comment, I might not see it for a second. Oh no, I missed. It's so close. All right, what did I miss? I didn't miss anything. I hope you like the 335. I'm still rocking my 315. The air fryer makes fries and tumblers perfectly. Nice. I like chicken nuggets in an air fryer and tater tots. It shouldn't pull these ones off. Karim, I use the LexJet. Um, it's like HP Prime poster or something like that. You can get it off of lexjet.com. I even have a brand new roll of it because I'm almost out. I have one customer that tends to order posters like once a week. So this couch, I think it was a damaged couch because the sides are busted. So like the piece of wood that supports it is broken on both sides. And I got the couch for $50 from a local thrift store. So it hasn't got much use yet because it's in the corner and I forget about it. And my computer is right there. So but it'll get some use someday. It's a Lazy Boy brand. On this side and this side, the leg pops up. So, and it's super comfortable. So hopefully it'll get some more use. But yeah, $50, like I said, Cameron, perfect shop couch. I told my wife to try to find one on local classifieds. And then we went to the thrift store and we saw that, so picked it up. I should. I should be using that right now instead of standing here. I'm on one of my anti-fatigue mats. So this is almost done, so I got to unload it and print it all over, or cut it all over again. This is where the extension table would come in handy, because then it could just feed forward. You could unload it from the table and start cutting. But you can feed it forward. I usually just roll the boat. It's faster. But now we'll just do it again. Click output to sheet. Show it where the first registration mark is. And it will do the rest. I should probably check to make sure the other ones work, but I'll do that. Yep, they worked. It's like a shark mouth. A shark week. Ooh ha ha. Are there any questions here? Have you ever thought of putting a camera on the equipment so you can view it from afar? Yes, I actually have a 16 camera DVR that I'm going to set cameras up on all the equipment so that I can see it from my computer. And I'm going to get a second monitor that's dedicated just to the cameras so that I can view it from where I'm sitting. Because, like, just right now, I had a head strike on the HP latex because I left the holographic media in when I left, and I woke it up and told it to print, and it bowed. And so having a camera would have been nice. I got to. Never mind. I have to catch the second one. Here, I'll step out of the way so you guys can actually. Hello, Ray from California. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. I like the flatbed cutter because it's perfect. It does perfect through cutting. It is um, very adaptable. It does lots of things. So it'll do adhesive vinyl, it'll do posters, it'll do banner, it'll do aluminum, it'll do chloroplast, it'll do cardboard, it'll do wood, foam, really anything you throw at it, it'll do. So, and like I was showing Derek with Alvalu Designs, the contour cutting off of this thing or the die cut stickers, and he was blown away by it. Oh yeah, good thing you had a camera on the laser. I've heard bad things about leaving lasers alone. How's the C6500 working for you? I don't know what a C6500 is. So, yes, the plus is that it will literally, like, I don't use my keen cut anymore because this will do everything. And, like, I just watch. Paz, welcome. Hold on. All right, sorry. Let's see what those questions were. Top of the morning. What is the good cutter for stickers if using a Canon large format printer? Um, Really the best like roll cutters on the market are Graphtec. That's my personal opinion anyway. If you want to step it up, any flatbed cutter will outperform any roll cutter. Cameron, you're saying my Epson. I do not have. Oh, I do have an Epson. I forget that I have that. I've only used it like twice. It's right there. Uh, yeah, I've only used it for a few jobs. I don't think about it or sell it that much. Brian, you missed everything. I'm sorry that you're late, but it's over now. We've been here for hours. And you didn't miss much, Brian. I'm just cutting these, working on the holographic. So the Epson that I have is the Workforce C6500. Let's just take a little gander over there. Let me make sure the printers are all not freaking out. This printer, the HP is done. So let me run some more real quick, and then I will talk to you guys about the Epson. All right, if you guys want to hear a dad joke, how do you make a tissue dance? You put a little boogie in it. I don't think it's going to go for me. So this is the Epson that I have. It is the Colorworks C6500AU, which means it has a cutter in here. As you can see, it's collecting dust, but the drywaller has been here today, and he didn't put plastic up like I asked him to, so everything has dust on it. It's a great printer. I just do too much. That's really what it comes down to. Is I do so much stuff that, like, I'll do it when people ask for it, but I haven't been that great at like pushing marketing stuff. I'm getting better at it, and I'm working on it, but I'm still working on it. Like today, I did my first batch of holographic stickers, and I made some samples, sent them to a customer. He came and picked them up, and then ordered some. So I'm trying to be better at actively marketing rather than what I do now is a lot of passive, because I've just been doing it for a long time. That have slowly gained customers. So I'm trying to be better at active marketing. So now I need to do some contour cut or die cut or perf cut stickers, whatever people want to call them. I call them stickers. And I ask people if they want them individually cut out on sheets or rolls. And I know you're on here. I can't find the file. Let's see. Today. Is it this one? Nope, that's not that one. Yep, found it. Hold on, Bob. I saw your question. I don't remember the context of it. Let me get this going. Make sure there are no bubbles in the media. Now this is going to go to town for a bit. Let's see. So yes, like Bob said, the Affinia ones, the Affinia is actually cheaper. They're a little bit nicer, they're faster, but for what I do, there's a mosquito. For what I do, they're actually, the Epson is good, just because I don't use it very often. The Memjet, they'll tend to have issues if they sit for long periods of time. Bob, were you talking about? Haha, that was a dad joke. I thought you were asking me a question. That's funny. The bright line holographic, I love it. Look how pretty it is. It is just so cool. So, oh, my cutter failed. Let's go see what's going on. The media was not set to be big enough. I moved it. This machine is very, very picky sometimes. But yes, it is super shiny. It is really cool. Like, I can't get over how cool it is. Like, I was like, yeah, what's the hype? Why does everyone like it so much? It's cool. Like, even, so these are the stickers I'm printing right now. They're just a little 1-inch sticker, 1.5-inch sticker. Yeah, just doesn't do it justice. They look so cool. So cool. I'm making a mess. I have 2,000 of these little guys that I gotta get done. Let's see here. The new warehouse is definitely coming along. It's way bigger. It's 3,000 square feet compared to my 5,000 or my 500 square foot office. Eric, howdy. Cameron, I do not laminate them, although I do have to buy a laminator for a job that I'm getting, which is unfortunate. Uh, Ernesto, the material is called Brightline. That's from Grimco. The product is called WOW, WOW. It's rainbow holographic is what they call it. So you can, if you just go to grimco.com and search WOW, that's what you'll see. They're just, it's so cool. It's so expensive too. Like, this media is just ridiculously pricey, but it's cool. It's really cool. So, scratchability, like the ink doesn't come off of it, but the holographic media itself will scratch. They do suggest that you laminate it, but for the use case for what these are for, it's not going to be an issue. Um, but I am getting a laminator, so it's not going to be a problem here shortly. I just got to decide what I'm doing, because the laminator I was going to get is out of stock, and so now I got to decide what I'm going to do. I'm spending way too much money lately. Ooh, as Lemmy, would I ever consider switching to Eco Solvent? At this point, no. Um, just because of the off gassing and the um, Like the odor, the smell, all that stuff, it's not worth it to me. Plus, I don't print enough, and no one has complained about my quality. So, the Royal Sovereign laminator is actually the one that I'm looking at. I just don't want to spend $5,000. That's really what it comes down to. Is that's a lot of money. So, but I kind of need it. So it might just end up happening, even though I don't necessarily want it to, because I need it. See, the order I'll be sending for those holographics is for a bakery that loves fancy looking stuff. She ordered over. Holy crap! Way to go, Bob. Um, I my microphone is not muted. Can you still not hear me? I did plug my phone in. All right. I don't know what's going on. I ordered new AirPods because these ones are not cutting it. So, I don't know what you missed. Uh, I'm just making sure you guys are watching. So make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button. It helps a lot. At least that's what I'm told. Is it helps. But it cut out before Derek. Okay. So the blue and purple issues, I have not had complaints from my customers. So I would say that no, I don't have the same issue. Um, that's part of the reason why I have no need to switch to another technology. Even my customer today was looking at these and he's like, "Why are there dots in here?" And I was like, "Well, it uses dots to make the image, and when it goes from one color to another in a gradient, then you're going to see those dots in that transition." And I pulled up one of his old things. I was like, black doesn't do that just because of the nature of black, and like it gets really noticeable in gradients and it's really noticeable in gray. And he looked at it, he's like, "Oh yeah, this is fine. This is completely acceptable." But he's the one that I need to order a laminator for because he orders 1 to 2,000 stickers every month, and he wants them laminated. He's also starting a new company, and he said he'll probably order 1,000 or two for that company as well. So, Bob, why are you retracting your messages? So, yeah. Any other questions? Should make sure my holographic is still working. It's still going to town. And it's late. I'm drinking my Dr. Pepper Zero. Ernesto, I'm in Utah. Have I considered commercial wrap? I have considered it. The problem is, to me, it takes too much time, and it's not something that I want to have time for. It's something I would potentially consider if I have some employees that could help and do things. But right now, with just the way that my life is and the fact that I already spend way too much time working, I would spend even more time doing wraps. I do have a partner that I outsource wraps to, um, but I don't actively do them in house. Openly outsourcing LLC. Manually applying vinyl to core plast? No, I wouldn't say that it is. Um, it's it's it does take time, but depending on what size you're doing, you'll get a rhythm and a routine, and once you do it, then you'll be good. Like I manually applied like 150 or so, um, 12 by 18 or 18 by 24 signs last year. No problem. Bob, I was using your name. I thought you gave it to me. Why do I have a sign that says assembly? Well, it's above the cutter, but I have it there because um, the previous tenant used this area as their assembly area, and they had signs for assembly, CNC, paint, and they didn't take that one down before I got the machines in. So there's no way to get to it anymore. Uh, MCM lyrics to do an 18 by 24 signs, a minute maybe. I recorded a video and it'll be released soon that shows how I do the 18 by 24s, and the whole video is 4 minutes long. So that's me talking and whatnot. I told you. Is it working now? I don't know. My name is my name is Slim Shady. Good thing I ordered new headphones. Apple. They ruin everything. So start over. So Emily was, or Islami was saying that they started their business in January and growth with commercial wrap has been amazing. What I was saying was that that is a niche to get into, and you can make a lot of money in niche products. Like take Derek with Blue Designs. Like, he does stickers and labels. They're basically stickers, and he does really well at it, and that's all he does. He's now since added business cards and postcards and whatnot, but he's being successful with one product because it, by doing that, it allows you to penetrate the market. It allows you, unlike me, where it's like I do a little bit of everything. Like it allows you to um, be really focused, and you know who your customer is. You know how to market to your customer. So like if you're doing commercial wrap for vehicles, like it's really simple to know who to go after, how much they're going to spend, how much time it's going to take you, how much money you can spend to acquire those customers. So it makes it a lot easier than like me being a broad general shop. It takes me a lot longer to get customers, but when I do get customers, they tend to be a higher ROI customers in the long term, just because I have so many products that they can buy. So the pros and cons to both. My business definitely takes longer. Like my style of business takes longer to grow, but it does typically have more sustainability as far as um, downturn, because there are so many product offerings that when there are downturns, it still allows you to do something. But what products do you offer? All of them. That's about right. Way too many. I've started to say that I am a branding professional and I can put your brand on just about anything. But it's easier to get sales if you can be specific, which is why I'm turning the room in front of me into a showroom. Because if people can see, touch, feel, get ideas, then they're more likely to buy. Which is why when I email customers saying, "Hey, I was thinking about you. Here's some marketing ideas," and I actually list the marketing things, which are products, I'm more likely to get a sale because I'm helping them advance their business, and they don't know. Um, they need ideas, and having that idea will spark purchasing product. Dr. Pepper, it's true. I was, that's like my business cards only. I was going to do that whole spectrum: business cards only, stickers only, shirts only. I gave up. Gave up. I'll put some more orders in. It always happens. As soon as I like get frustrated and like leave for the day, that's when a sale comes in via email. So I just need to leave work more often. Stickers. Stickers is what I print the most on the HP latex. Probably number two would be posters. Number three would probably be banners. But stickers. Stickers. And I'm gonna start, like, I've been pushing stickers more, so I'm trying to get more business to feed the printer more. I can. I actually have some canvas media. I've done a few different canvases for people. Usually if I'm doing canvas, though, I outsource it because most people want them stretched. And so I do not do vehicle wraps. Well, I, I sell vehicle wraps, but I do not produce them or install them in-house. There's a guy a couple cities away from me that I use him, and he has got the HP Latex 570, I believe, and so I use him to print, laminate, and install. It makes my life a lot easier. All I have to do is drive the vehicle over there, pick the vehicle up, I usually make about $1,000 if I sell a wrap, but I don't push it very hard. It is a lot of work too. Design is the worst part about wraps, in my opinion. I do not know Summit Auto Labs. Somewhere in Utah. What's up, okay. It's nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Summit Auto Labs. I see Summit Auto Detailing. I did try calling Case Paper, but they never called me back. I ended up, you can see right here in the corner, Kelly Paper ended up getting some paper in stock, so I bought a pallet of it, and orders went down as soon as I bought it, of course. Um, but I was able to at least get paper, so I'm feeling good. Summit Auto Labs, Bob, is in Park City. So Park City is about 45 minutes from me. It is the very hoity-toity area of Utah. I do not go there very often. Any other questions? Yep. I do have a customer that has supercars, but I do not. Again, I don't want that liability. I don't want to. You have to have garage keepers insurance, and yeah, when I drive vehicles, um, I make them sign a waiver. Okay, Duplos are awesome. I actually have the 615, or no, I have the 616. I think I have the 616. I think the 615 is fine. 618, the nicest thing about the new one, the 618, is that you can export the like the template file and import it into Fiery Rip, and so you don't have to do double entry when you're creating a template. That's Derek with Alvo Designs has the 618, and that's one feature um, that I wish mine had. Other than that, oh, and the 618 also has auto gutter. So there's little hooks that will go down so that as it's slitting between them, it'll force the paper down into the catch basket. Um, and it has auto ones. EG, I'm probably going to get on now. And Oh man, I'm feeling it. I've been getting pretty decent sleep lately, so not as many yawns. Usually, why did you do that? Why'd you do that to me? Yeah, it's 12:08. It's not 2 o'clock club yet, but oh man, now you've started it. Oh man. Ooh. Look what you. Oh man. Now it's gonna happen for the rest of the night. I'm in trouble now. Oh man. Uh, all right. Well, that was fun. I got breathe. Oh man. That that has that got me good. Ooh, you got me. You got me real good. Yes. Okay. Um, if you have the barcode reader turned on the cutter, then you can put a stack of whatever, and every time it reads a new sheet, it will adjust um, the cut. The only downside to that is you have to make sure that the outfeed will support all the different jobs that are cutting. Man, you killed me, EK or EG, killing me. I have been cursed. Holy cow! My eyes are even starting to water because I'm yawning so much. Oh, that was not bad. That was a short one. Let me. Bob's pulling out the dad jokes here. We don't have Duplos at my house. We just have Legos. Although I have a saved search in the local classifieds for Duplo, because if something shows up, then I want to be able to buy it, potentially, if it's a good deal. And um, that's really all I ever see in there is Legos, Duplos, whatever. Isn't Duplo a Lego product? Does it even matter? Uh, Bob is on it with the dad jokes today. Maybe let's try the other one. Can you hear me now? Test 2. So I was walking in the park one day. Da, 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 da. Okay, good. All right, let's go back to, okay, did I ever get the conveyor working? I did by making a little ramp thingy, but I still have the conveyor at my house, and I haven't brought it to work, so I haven't used it again. So I don't know. I'd like to. It would help sometimes, and it would make it easier for certain jobs. But so Tom, the home office has turned into the embroidery studio, and my wife utilizes that space now. So my house had or has a bonus room, which is like a little family room, a bathroom. I hate these eggs. Now it's working. All right. The home office. We'll go back to that question. It didn't cut out. I'll start over anyway. The home office has become the embroidery studio. My house has a bonus room, a bedroom, and a bathroom above the garage, and my wife's office was there. And so we moved her office to where my office was, and we moved one of the kids up to her office so that they could have their own room. I am still using Monday, the kind of three main softwares, or I guess four main software that I use. I use Pipedrive. That's where all the pre-sales go. So it's where my customer database is. That's where I put potential jobs in. That's where I have a pipe that I move them through. So it's a potential sale. It's for sure a sale. It's artwork. So it goes through different stages until it's turned into a job. From there, it will be a Zapier. So that's software number two. Pipedrive, Zapier. Zapier can make a invoice in QuickBooks. So that's number three. And then it can also make a job in Monday, and Monday is production. So QuickBooks is accounting, Zapier is integration, Pipedrive is CRM and sales tool, and Monday is production. I use it. I use it for Bob still, but I use it less for me because usually um, by the time I have a job through there, I've already done it. So, Bob, I can't call it the thread shed because it's in my garage. But um, the best place to find a used Duplo is wirebids.com. You can actually find them for about $5,000 or less. Tom, my ideal customer is probably a small business with 10 to 25 employees. Um, or less. But typically, my ideal customer is a small business, one that doesn't necessarily have their own marketing team or like doesn't have a design team either. That I can help with design. I can help push products. Those that have marketing teams are good too. and then they provide me stuff. But they're sometimes more picky and harder to work with, so they're not necessarily ideal. But typically a small business. Okay, thank you for the donation. I really appreciate that. Super kind of you. Again, that website that you want to check out is Wirebids, Wirebids. I'm pretty sure it has an S. Yep, with an S. Like right now, they have 4 active auctions, and like they have friction feeders and folders and drills and Oki envelope presses, Zonte envelope presses, MBO folders, stack cutters. See the they have a laminator that's only 44 inches wide. Yeah, you can always find fun stuff here. That's what I should look for. The problem is I need the laminator fast. Because if I'm going to get this job from this customer, I got to have it like nowish. So, I also want to get a shrink wrapping machine. So I can be like Eminem. Maybe lose a little weight. There's no Duplo, it looks like, in this first batch. But I think they have a search feature. Let's see. Why can't I just... Oh, you can't. Duplo. So there is currently a Duplo DC 646. The bidding ends in 4 days and 11 hours. And it is currently at $5,050. So the 646 is the big brother to mine. It has the same features as the 618. So that looks like the only slitter cutter creaser they have on Wirebids right now. EG, I ordered that hat press. I see at the back, they told me 6 weeks because I made the order. I've seen you use it before. Do full leather patches. Yes, I love the Fusion 360. It is a great cap press. I use it primarily for leather patches or leatherette patches. There's a business a few doors down that has a laser, but they laser them for me, and then I apply them here. So buy the leatherette from JBS, and they did come out with one that now has the adhesive right on it, which is freaking awesome. So no complaints from me. Bob, how much for 10 Richardson's 112s with thread colors? With 2 thread colors, probably 5,000 stitches. You are likely around 15 for something like that. Plus the setup. Okay, I do need a laminator. I have a customer that wants me to laminate stickers, and they want to buy 1,000 to 2,000 per month. And so I'm going to buy a laminator so I can get the job, because they're also starting another business where they're going to buy, they said, hopefully another 1,000. So that would put it at least 2,000, maybe 3,000 stickers a month, every month. And it'll help with other jobs as well. I'm not tied to new or used. I just got to buy one. So, the Summa is taking forever. I want it to be done so I can move on to the next one. I keep getting distracted. The 646, yeah, I'd probably end up going for about 10,000. when they have 615s, they usually go for about 5. Yeah, I can definitely not do them one at a time. You gotta laminate it and then cut it. Yeah, nope, not gonna do that. Not at all. I hit my goal today, even though it's not today anymore. I finally did it. It's been the first time in like 2 weeks. It's about dang time. That's kind of made me a little depressed, not being able to hit my goal. Bob, don't you have a laminator now with all your blindfold money that you can just donate to me? So, e.g., the guy that got the eye color had a few issues with it, um, but was finally able to get it working. What ended up the problem on the yellow toner cartridge, I think, there was a clip that holds it in place that was broken on the new one. Um, so the internet ended up replacing that under warranty or provided that part. And I know he's played with it and he is working on getting his business moving forward, but I haven't asked. I know he's doing some other like renovation projects at his house. So I don't know. I should ask him. But he's had it for a few weeks now. Let's see here. Yesterday was the 23rd. I did it. I met my goal finally. I didn't hit my goal for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For 10 days, I missed hitting my goal. I finally hit it. The Summa just finished. Okay. Yeah, there's usually more used ones, like used laminators in my area, but there's only one right now. The guy, I messaged him and he started a print shop and then closed it. He said it was on a stupid employee and because of COVID, and so he's selling it. But the price he's asking $4,999, which I don't know what it is new. Um, but like I can buy a brand new Royal Sovereign for 4,700. So unless he would drop it down to like 2,000 bucks, it's not worth me buying it. So I wouldn't mind having the specs on it, but the biggest thing to me is what the shipping cost would be to get it to me. Good job, Bob. Way to hit your 5-year goal. I am definitely, I'll show you this is my goal, the blue line. You can see the goal, actual. So this is when I actually started tracking it, was right here. So this was just my sales to that point divided by the number of days. And then I just started tracking it and like did really good. This is the weekend, did really good, and then it's kind of that was the weekend again, and then just kind of slowly. So I'm under where I want to be, and then I track my sales, which are not my sales, my expenses, so that I can know how much money I've spent. And it's a week behind because my credit card is not always up to date, so I wait a week before I enter that in, and I'm spending way too much money. Way too much money. EG, thank you. It's been really stressful because, like, like I said, I haven't hit it in whatever it was, 10 days. And over that 10 days, I did $5,000 in sales, which I'm supposed to do. Let's see, is it 10? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 10 days. To meet my goal, I'm supposed to do about 12,000 in sales. So, yeah, I'll gladly sell you one sticker for $5,000. I appreciate that, Bob. Let's go get these stickers out, though. I'm gonna have one more sip before I go over there. These 3-inch stickers are not that fun to pop out. They kind of stick, and usually I have to like get my hands kind of warmed up. And the reason why they're not fun is because they have this little intake thingy, whatever it's called. I don't even know. Jet. If it wasn't for you, the sale would have never. Oh, so did you get the blindfold sale then? Like, did that happen? Are you a wealthy man now, buying all the things? That's awesome if you really did. I hadn't heard confirmation. Peninsula. Oh, that's a good word for it. Cove. Gulf. It's the summer slump. See, and usually my sales are up in the summer. But I'm doing better this month than I did February, March, and April. So I can't really complain there. Need to find a better way to pop stickers out. Get one of those like sticky fingers, like you see the old cashier ladies at the stores that have on their fingers, so they can count those dollar bills. I just have to think every time I pick one of these up, 2 cents, 2 cents, 2 cents. My fingers are they're slippery tonight. Probably that Dr. Pepper. Oh, someone had a comment. What was the comment? Nice. It's awesome that it's been approved. How do I finger condoms? It's inappropriate, Bob. How do you price stickers? Size plus quantity, pretty much. You do different pricing besides size and quantity. So I price everything with my pricing calculator, which you can get from timetomakesomething.com. It's like $4 if you want to support me that way. But basically what my pricing calculator does is it takes the cost of material and the estimated cost of ink, and it takes the cost of a bag or a box, and it takes the cost of cutting, and then it adds 10% to the size to account for waste or screw ups, and then it totals all of that up. There's also, I think, like a $5 setup fee or something, and it takes all of that and totals it up, and gives me what it costs, and then I have my margin that I want to make above cost, and that's what I sell them for. Now, usually, when I'm doing stuff like this, where this is like a wholesale issue count, I don't do my typical margin, and it also, sometimes I'll discount if I'm doing multiple products. I'll do a little bit of a discount, or I'll just provide some extras for free, but that's mostly how I do it, especially if it's just a retail customer walking in. Put the size, quantity in the calculator, and it does the rest for me. And my fingers are definitely not, they're not working today. There we go. That's a little bit better. If you asked a question, I'm sorry. I will get to it in a moment. Yeah. This is why I need the off-feed table, because if I had the table, then these would run on the table, and I could already start cutting the next batch. And I wouldn't be spending the time doing this and the machine not doing what it does. The downside is I don't always have large orders like this, and so I don't always need it. But when you need it, you need it, and when you don't, it's still okay to have. I see a question, but I cannot see the question. I'm almost done. This is definitely, my fingers are not working. Definitely need those little finger covers, Bob. Finger covers. Bob, you're just going to have to start your own channel. You've become the teacher. The student has now become the teacher. You're making more money than me. I'll just stop. I get a lot of hate comments anyway. Alright. Now we're going to roll it forward. Cut the last batch. And these will finally be done. Then I'll answer your questions. Got some air bubbles. Gotta get my scissors. couple of these stickers are not going to work. Well, that's okay. There's lots of extras. These stickers that I'm filling now, they ordered 1,000 of these, and then 2,000 of the really tiny holographic ones. I don't need no scissors. All right, let's get to the questions. Finger cots, that's better. Let's see. So Mike, what did I make on the 5,000 minus expenses? On average, from the 5,000, and really it depends on what products they are. But on average, when I sell $5,000, the profit is half. It kind of evens itself out between some products I'm doing more, especially like in-house stickers at retail rates, printing in-house at retail rates. That returns a higher return. Labels on the Epson is only a 50% return based off of how I price them. Promotional products that I sell are usually anywhere from 30 to 50% return, and then screen printing is usually a 75% return. But on average, between that and all my expenses, it usually equates to about 50%. Sometimes 30, but stack the sheets together and pop them underneath. I could do that. I have done that before, but especially when they're small and intricate like this, then sometimes it's not as easy, because when you move the sheets, then they fall out and then they get on the floor and then you step on them, or then they're dirty. Anyway. Brian, do you have any recommendations for print order websites? I'm still looking for a good solution. Not in particular. I've tried a couple of plugins from Evanto, but they haven't really worked out. I am trying something new. You can go check it out at ttmsprint.com. So time to make something, ttmsprint.com. So you can go check that out, see what you think. Mini Bikes Apparel, what's up? Surviving. E.g., the back is not necessarily easier, unless like you're pushing them through, but then you have to pick them all up. Yeah. Yeah, pricing calculator makes things way easy. Like I was able to add the holographic in and instantly be able to quote stuff, just knowing what it cost me. Come on, Bob. You know you want to make a channel. Rise Gaming, you can get that vinyl. It's from Grimco. Brightline, if you search WOW, W-O-W, it'll show up. So again, grimco.com, search WOW, and it'll be their holographic stuff. It is really cool. Let's roll over there. It's not printing anymore. I should probably tell it to print, but rolling, rolling, rolling. It's so cool. It's not as cool if I'm not moving, but yes, the holographic is way expensive. Like, hurts your pocketbook expensive. But it's really fine because you just charge people more for it. So it works out. Any other questions? You'll be back. You gotta go buy some of it. Right now, I am currently about $5,000 behind on my goal. But come Monday morning, I will be about 7,500 off my goal. So let's see if I can finish the month out strong. I'd like to do at least what I did last month, which was 33, but I don't know if I'll get there. We will see. Bob's been working tonight. My Bob, Big Bob. Yeah, give me a second. I gotta log in to the YouTube feed on my computer. Bob, your comment got held for review saying that you have 12 subscribers. I think YouTube thinks it was a promotional comment. All right, I just added it. Do you see it rise? Let me know if it comes through. It shows that it's there on my end, and I saw it on my phone and on my computer. I should just make you a moderator, Bob. You're on all the streams. It's definitely rise. It is definitely cool stuff. Any other questions, comments, concerns, rude remarks? People have definitely been having rude remarks in the Instagram or the Facebook, YouTube comments. Speaking of which, you can join my Facebook group if you haven't already. Rise, did you watch my video on perk cutting for the HP cutter? That's a huge sale, Bob. That's freaking awesome. There was a comment, I missed it. Yeah, if you do like, it'll cut ugly even on the graph tech if you don't program the cuts right, which is why you'd see most of the time I did square or circles. dude, Bob. That's freaking amazing. Way to go. That definitely would change your life. It's freaking sweet. $3.8 million in savings. Whoa. Rise, have a good night. Dude, that's nuts, Bob. That's freaking awesome. I'll just take my 1% fee. That's all I ask for. That is crazy. That is definitely. Hold on to that customer. Sorry. Here I'm just typing away, ignoring you guys. What did I miss? I didn't miss anything. Come on, guys. What's your questions? Ask away. I am here at your disposal. Lonely. Melco? Melco is freaking sweet. Um, my wife just did 20 hats today and 24 shirts the day before. She broke 2 needles, which is freaking awesome. The Melco is way better than the SWF, mainly because of the ActiFeed system, being able to digitally set parameters rather than like setting it by hand with tension and knobs. Like, oh, Melco is awesome. We're not quite ready to buy a second one, but we're getting close. I've got another order for 20 backpacks that's coming up. I gotta actually place the order for the bags tonight. Um, but yes, it's freaking sweet. Highly recommend. Highly, highly recommend. Dude, awesome customer, Bob. Awesome. Daniel, there was so the machine has a foot that most of the time is on other machines is connected to every single needle, and you have to set the height of that foot. We found out only a few weeks ago that the machine it didn't come to us correctly, and we had to adjust that foot to the right setting. Basically, what we were doing was you have the plate that the fabric sits on, and then there's a hole inside that plate that the needle goes through that then connects to the bobbin. And that foot goes down to hold the material in place, and then the needle goes through after that. And because the foot was incorrectly set, we were actually telling it to go farther than the plate. And so it was crushing and making a lot of noise. And we just thought it was normal because like, even the tech, or not the tech, the person that came out and trained us didn't say anything. But that was actually, it was trying to go farther than um, the plate itself. And so once we figured that out, that wasn't right. It's been smooth sailing. And, there's one guy on support that's a jerk. Other than that, everyone else has been nice and super helpful. But it has like 6 or 7 years of support, which is super nice. Typically set up for embroidery. Weird. Typically, I charge $35 to set up the file. That includes an initial sew out as well as setting up the file. But that's usually where I'm at, $35. And it's just a one-time charge because then every other time you just have it on file and you run it. So like the 20 hats, this was the third or fourth batch that the customer had done and just wanted more. And they wanted Richardson 112s, but I wasn't able to get them. I since have been able to order them, and they're supposed to be here tomorrow. But um, I won't be here tomorrow. So, but I did order some. I got some, luckily. Richardson 112s are very sparse. I need to order these shirts before they disappear. Bob, it's hard to say. Everything I do is based off of the number of stitches. If you send me the logo and the size via email, and I can get you an estimate on how many stitches it would be, just knowing that it would be close without actually running the setup. Jared, you're welcome for the chats. The Summa has been freaking awesome. It's running right now in the background doing some die cut stickers. It is a beast. I finally dialed in the settings for the die cut stickers, so I'm running over the last few days of the next few days. I will run about 5,000 die cut stickers on it, and it's they're perfect. They're super detailed. I like the versatility of the flatbed the most. That's what's been the most beneficial for me. The fact that it can do posters and banners and stickers and really anything you throw at it. I honestly can't remember what his name is. I know my wife called me in tears after she talked to the guy the first time, and um, all he would say is like, "Is it the Z bind? Is it the Z bind?" And she was Like she was trying to explain, hey, this is what happened, this is what's going on. Because like we don't know the terms. Like we're not in this every day. We don't fix the machines or train on the machines. Like let me explain what the issue is and then ask questions. And when she called the second time and got him and he asked the Z line, she told him, she's like, you're a jerk. I don't want to talk to you. Have someone else call me back. And I think his name might be Eric or something. I don't know. It could be. But man, he was a jerk. And my wife just knows his voice now. And so if she calls and gets him, she's like, nope, not going to talk to you. Not one bit. Brian, thanks for becoming a Print Fam member. I literally just turned that on. Thanks for joining. Yeah, Eric sounds familiar. I could be wrong. Yeah, that's probably him. Is it the Z bind? Is it the Z bind? It's like, I don't even know what that means. We got like, I was ticked. I called the guy and was like, dude, it was the new guy. It was like, I called him. I'm like, my wife is the one that does this. And she doesn't like get to tears easily. And this guy's being a jerk. Like, she literally, because like what happened with ours was she was running a job. And what happened was it went like it was sewing and it got stuck down because the foot was set too low and the machine hit that and turned off. And so she called me, like, what do I do? I'm like, I don't know. Call support. And she was trying to say that. We were sewing a job and it's, well, is it the Z bind? Is it the Z bind? It's like, I don't know. But yeah, I'm sorry. But I love the Melco ones. Like you can get the settings good for him. Brian, thanks again for signing up. I should make a shirt that says, is it the Z bind? But for those that are watching, though, I did just launch memberships on the YouTube channel. I released 3 tiers where you can get exclusive access to video content, um, member only live streams, and then personal video responses. It's kind of similar to what Patreon is, just different things. But I did design a new shirt that I'm thinking about releasing. Let me see if I can pull up the artwork here. I feel that it's very fitting because of where many of us are in life. So this is the potential shirt that I want to make because I think it's hilarious. Because I am the boss. In reality, my wife is the boss, but she's not a jerk. I'm the jerk. I'm the one that makes me work all the time for little to no pay, and so that's the shirt I want to make. Even if I only make one and wear it myself, like, I think it'll spark, especially like if I wear it at work and like people come in, like I think it will spark a conversation. That's what shirts should do. Daniel, I don't know if it's the best, but my favorite vinyl is the HP Prime Gloss Air. I have a video that I talk about um, all the supplies I use to make stickers. It's only a few back, but you should be able to find it if you just look stickers and trying to make something. Yeah, Brian, you're definitely right. Like sometimes, I don't know if it's necessarily reps, but it's for sure sometimes support. And like, I think at times we all do stuff like that just because we know things that others don't, and we don't sometimes remember to like remember that we like it's just second nature to us. But the thing, like I've been doing computer repair for years. The one thing that I always do is I listen, and that's what I think a lot of people forget is if you just listen to what the other person says, then like like in my wife's situation, she was going to answer the question that he was going to ask. Apparently, like Z-bind, there's a rod in the back and it turns. And in the explanation, she was going to say that like I can turn that and the needle goes up. So obviously it's not Z-bind, but she doesn't know, and I didn't know, and I'm not even sure if that really is Z-bind. But again, as long as you listen, then usually you don't have problems. So Jared, yes, I use the Summa to cut down lots of things. Banners, yes. Rectangle jobs all the time. Um, I did some stickers that were square cut earlier in the video. Um, I cut down everything, even if it's just like two posters. I'll do it on the king or the Summa. Because the king cut, it's not the same. They're not exact. Like, I use for everything. So you with Jared, if you have the flatbed, you can actually like you could print an entire 150-foot roll of media with labels side, and you can cut them into length and roll them up. Like I know a guy on the Signs 101 forum that he's done that with the Summa because it like it'll read whatever registration marks it can and cut what it can, and then it will feed it forward. And so you can get a take up reel for the front of the Summa. You can also just roll it by hand. But yeah, you can do imitation labels, no problem. The other thing you can do is you can just outsource them. I've heard mostly bad things about the Racoma after sales process, but I have never personally dealt with them. But it is always sad when you hear about companies that are not fun. Like, but it's the same thing like Melco. Like I love Todd, who's the sales guy, and I hate. I think his name is Eric, who's in support, but the other guys in support have all been super nice and helpful. Like the best support I've had for any of the products so far has been Summa. Like I talked to a guy on Wednesday, and he was like, "Hey, I have this question. Hey, how do you do this? Hey, how do you do that? Can you answer this?" And he was just super. Yep. Ah, yeah. I was like, I even said, I'm like, you need. Can you hear me now? Good. Can you hear me now? Good. Can you hear me now? My name is Yoda. No, 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 no. Jared, have a good night. I think yours is probably the last one that I missed. Bob, I'm sorry that your Como pre-sales was bad too. That is always frustrating when you know more about machines than people that are selling them. But speaking of which, I was just like, when I was talking, um, and I used to do that to my grandpa. He had hearing aids, and when I would talk to him, I'd be like, "Hey, Grandpa, I was wondering," and he'd sit there and he'd mess with his hearing aid, and then I'd start talking again, and I was a jerk. I was a big jerk. Does passing out flyers still work? I think it can. I'm planning on printing some flyers and taking them out to the local businesses around me because they don't really know that I'm here or exist. I don't think it's always effective, but it can be if you're going after the right market. I'm going to do it. Plus, it's super cheap because I own all the printers to make them. I put in my SAMR order before I forget. Bob, is my audio still working? Or are you just watching me in silence? Did I tell you guys about UPS this week? Or I think I talked about that on my Instagram stream. I Instagram streamed. So make sure you guys follow me there. TT Makes Something. I'm really worried. I have an order that's supposed to be here tomorrow. Or I think it's going to be delivered tomorrow. It's from SS Activewear. And last time um, they left it and they put it behind a box over by the garage door. And they delivered it on a Saturday and I didn't know. And I was like taking out the garbage on like Tuesday. I was like, oh, what's this box here? Oh, it's an order. um, Hopefully they don't do that. Let's look up the tracking number. GSO.com. Let's see what it says. It was expected to be delivered today or yesterday, Friday, but it did not get here. Hopefully they don't try tomorrow, because if they do, I'll have to find out where they put it. These are the hats that I luckily got. So I got on SS Activewear, and they had like 22 or 23,000 Richardson 112s that were black and gray. And I messaged someone, said, hey, just so you know, they have some in stock. I ordered 100, and they were going to order some, and within 2 minutes, all 22,000 had sold out. So I thought that either someone just blew $100,000 or it was a clerical error, and I hope they didn't cancel my order, but it does show that it was shipped, and it's in Salt Lake. So hopefully I'll have it soon. Monday, unless they hide it here at the shop tomorrow. But yeah, SS Activewear, pricing is similar for the same products. Rye Beats, what's up? Pricing is similar to SAMR for the same products, and usually it's identical. Sometimes it's pennies off. But SS Activewear does have more like fancy stuff. They also carry the Richardson brand. You can't get Richardson from SAMR. So they do have a few different brands. SS used to have Next Level and Sanmar did not, but now Sanmar carries a good chunk of SS. Um, so, like, if I look at SS activewear right now, I have placed 2 orders in the month of July, versus if I go look at Sanmar, I have placed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 orders. At all varying prices, varying products. I try Sanmar is kind of my go-to. There's a lot of different suppliers though. I have a bunch listed on my website, timetomakesomething.com/resources. Like Ray Beats said, there's Alpha Broder, there's TSC, there is Sanmar, there is SS Activewear, there's SLC Activewear, there's lots. If you don't have a reseller account, probably the best price non-reseller is Jiffy Shirts. SS shipping is similar. If you're at a certain, they have a lost cash charge, which always irritates me. So like for the 100 hats that I ordered, there was a $14 lost cash charge. They do free shipping at $200, just like Sanmar. So it's not terrible. But my best friend always orders from SS Activewear, which makes me mad because he usually orders small stuff, and most of my other customers order from Sanmar. But it's not terrible. They both of them, like Sanmar, SS, all of them have facilities throughout the country. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. Yeah, that happened. Like I even ordered shirts from Amazon once because it was cheaper to buy like super overpriced shirts and get my Amazon Prime shipping than it was to buy the shirts plus shipping from Sanmar. So it happens. I don't like one-off orders, so that's one thing. Like I got in a fight sort of with SLC Activewear in Salt Lake, and they messed up an order, and because of COVID, they don't allow will call orders, and they still don't allow will call orders, which bugs me. But I was mad at them, and I expressed my opinion to the girl because basically what it turned out was they were supposed to ship it, but they didn't ship it. But then they said they shipped it on the later shipment, and it didn't come, and I needed it. And like that's one thing why I like SLC Activewear. If you ordered it in the morning, their local delivery would have it there the next day. But if you couldn't get it and you needed to go drive there and get it, you could. And there was a mix-up somehow, and so I convinced them to let me will call it, even though their will call was shut down. And I told the girl, I said, I'm going to give you feedback of why this makes me like upset and why it makes me like frustrated and not want to do business with you. So like here's my constructive criticism. And then like a few days later I went to order some jackets from it. It was like a $1,500 order for jackets, and it wouldn't let me place the order. So I called them, and they're like, "Oh, we canceled your account. We thought that you didn't want to do business with us anymore." Over my feedback? Like you canceled my account because I gave you feedback about like your product and service? Like, yeah, having a Sanmar close to you would be nice. SLC is the closest distributor to me, and they're 30, 45 minutes away. But it doesn't matter anyway. They won't do will call. Still, it's been over a year and a half. and they won't turn their Melco back on. So I only order from them if I have to. It's not worth it to me otherwise, because they they don't make it easy for me to work with them. And if people don't make it easy for me, then I don't do it. That's It's not that I'm like trying to be mean or anything, but if it's hard for me to do business with someone, then I'm not gonna do it. Let's see if SLC has any inventory of hats. One of my thoughts was, did a distributor or some reseller go and buy all the like 20,000 hats that SS got in? So you can get black and white hat, oh, black, white, and red. They have 174 in stock. Yeah, there's nothing. There's no good distributors in Salt Lake. And there's no good distributors in Utah, period. So it's nice having SLC. I can't say that they're not good, but we don't have any like major supply companies, which is hard. We did get a Grimco. That's nice. So now we have, like, for science supply stuff, we have Grimco, Fellers, Midwest, Montroy, and Regional Supply. So there are 5 science supply places. Oh, it's done. Oh, my bum hurt. I'll show you another way that I take these off sometimes, especially if I don't have other. I don't know why I turned that around. So if you ask a question, I won't be able to see it for a minute. But another way that I do this is I'll cut this off. And then you can, sometimes they can just fall out, but this one with its peninsula doesn't want to. You know, so that's the problem with doing really intricate contour cutting. Sometimes so then now the downside is now they're all different directions. This isn't bad if they're circles or squares. Like sometimes if they're not a terrible shape like these are, you can run them off the edge, but it's not working. Like circles are great because then you just put them all together like this, and this way when you do it, now they're all different directions. Now they're just a jumbled mess. Don't want to mess these ones up. Alright, did I miss any questions? That's crazy that they've been out of stock that long. Oh, that's true. That's a good idea. Thanks for the idea, Charles. Still have the issue with like getting them off the table, but you could probably turn the blower on. Before I sort these, I should take the holographic off and start it cutting before I sort. So let me show you how I do that. I shouldn't have cut this many at once. This stuff is so cool. So, feed it on the table like so. The last batch I only did one row, and I had to tape it down. So, my guess is I'm going to have to tape this down as well. This should be fine. But I'm going to grab some tape. And all I did is just put a piece of tape there, and a piece of tape here, just to hold it flat. This should vacuum down. Move this back. So what we're going to do first is set the size. Basically just tells the cutter where the vacuum should be. This stuff is so cool. Then we're gonna load the file in GoProduce, which is the Summa software. Turn off overcut. And then tell it to go 10. Well, we've got some bubbles. You can see it right there and right there. So since I'm only cutting this one section, then all I'm gonna do is try to get it to lay down. So there's a little bubble right there and a little one right here, but that's acceptable. So set the first registration mark, but you can tell how shiny this stuff is. Now it's gonna cut them all out. Yeah, that's someone's talent. Is there a reason for leaving the gap? Are you talking like right here, this gap? If that's what you're asking, the reason um, the reason I have that is because I'm printing the job 100 pieces at a time, just because that's what I'm doing. George, welcome to the stream. Yes, it is super late. That's how I roll. I had to leave early today, so I'm working late. So I got to print 9 more of these. We're going to do that. I think it's 9. Now I'm like questioning myself. I'm pretty sure he ordered 2,000. Yep, 2,000. So got to print 9 more of these bad boys. George, it's not 3 a.m. for me. It's only 1:30. But yeah, I should go sleep, but I left work early, so I came back so I don't have to be here tomorrow. I try to avoid working Saturdays. That's Anthony, thanks. I try not to work Saturdays anymore. That's like the one thing that I try to not do. Saturdays and Sundays, try not to work. I do spend time on my phone and will answer emails and like try to get sales on Facebook and stuff, but no like being at work, no printing unless like my wife sends me to print something or do something. Um, that's kind of what the goal is right now, is to not work the weekends. I'm trying to get to the point where I take half a day Friday and eventually get to taking every other Friday off and then taking all Fridays off. It's kind of my 2-year goal, is to reduce Friday work, try to get to a 4-day work week, work 4 times or something. So I'm here at the machine. I don't want to feed the holographic forward, so I want to monitor it while the first batch comes out to make sure, which is why it's shaking. You're sitting on the printer. I want to make sure that it doesn't bind or have an issue, because if it hits, then I wasted a bunch of money. If it doesn't hit, I'm good, but I want to be here and watch it to make sure something doesn't happen, because holographic is stupid expensive. Apparently we've been here for 2 hours. Nope. It went under. I've got the edge guards on, and it went over top. So I cheated and lifted it up. It's still printing the barcode, so who cares? I'm surprised my phone's not dead, or my AirPod. Dude, this holographic. George, I know you've been doing holographic for a long time. It's sweet. I really hope this doesn't bind. It'd make me really mad. Any questions while we're sitting here, guys? Make sure if you just joined to hit that thumbs up button. UV rotary printer or outsource? Honestly, I'm not sure what the UV rotary printer is, but probably outsource. The one, like, all the machines that I have been good. I just shouldn't have bought them as fast as I did, and I should have worked on saturating their workload before buying more. That's my biggest issue right now. Sometimes printers are running, sometimes they're not, but I should run them more. I need to get more sales for the machines that I have. But I only have so much time, so it's usually the rotary printers I've seen have been screen printing. I haven't looked in or known about UV rotary. I can see how that would be. Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, they have those little like desktop printers that have rotary attachments. Yeah, those aren't bad. I wouldn't be against one of those. Like a logo jet. I mean, that's what one brand is. The downside to those printers is to get one of the small ones, you can, for not terribly much more money, you can get a full size flatbed. I did see ink cups at a trade show. I forgot about them. I saw them at PPAI a year or so ago. I don't remember what it was. It was not this last January, January before. Although I'm thinking about going to Printing United in October, I think. I might go to Florida for that. My wife said I could. I got to look at money and see where we're at. Anyone else going to go to Printing United? I know Roland can do up to 4 inches thick, but on traditional flatbeds, they don't have enough Z height to do rotary. I don't have, so George, I was talking to Neil McNamara at Grimco, and he did say that using a roll cutter for this vine or the holographic is not fun, but with a flatbed, it works great. This stuff is, oh, so cool. I literally could just watch. I'm glad I could help, George. Glad I could help. Glad things are going good for you. You still just running the two, you got 2 HPs now, don't you? And also, when are you going to put up more videos, George? I need some content. You know me, that's how I roll. Dude, George, the flatbed is amazing. It's running away right now on holographic. Doesn't look like it's doing anything from here, but the flatbed is, dude, it's such a game changer. Being able to like cut anything. I wish I didn't have the lasers on it though, so I could do better filming. But the problem is there's a laser here and here that shoots across, and if you interrupt that beam, but it is just so sweet. Oh, the colors are so cool. So cool. So cool. It is nice having more space. It'll be nice when I can get it more organized. And there's a leak in the roof too. Let me show you that. I think I'm gonna have to switch earpods soon because it told me I have 5% left. So that's where my AC is, and it leaks around that, around that, and around that. And I had these 2 shirts that I just barely got. I was so lucky that they saved my table from getting wet. Could you imagine? Why would you want your table to get wet? It's so frustrating. I think it'll come off, but I gotta embroider these, so I gotta remember to take these home. I should probably just put them in my truck right now. The office has drywall. I locked the door. I didn't want someone to walk in on me. Ooh. I should probably leave you guys here because I don't have Wi-Fi in the parking lot. Hold on. You guys wanna? I'll just not take it outside right now. That's an easier. No, any other questions though, guys? I don't know. Don't know why I turned you around. Let's plug the phone in. I'm gonna switch AirPods, so let me know if you can't hear me anymore. I'm gonna tell you all my secrets. You guys, my name is Darren. I run a print shop. Can you hear me? Questions, comments, concerns, rude remarks? No one? No one wants to comment? The ticker is ticking. I guess I could. I think I have it pulled up. I could just unmute the sound. Unmute the sound. Yep, it's working. Yep, it's working. Yep, it's working. It's working. So who else is here? Bob, George. Anyone not hit that thumbs up button yet? I do appreciate that, George, because honestly, sometimes I question why I do this. Because there are a lot of hurtful things said in the comments. For a while, I even asked Cam if he would moderate the comments because it was really hard for me what people were saying. And I'll tell you guys right now, I have a flatbed UV printer that I haven't talked about because I'm afraid to talk about it because of the comments that will come because of it. So it's it's really, I do appreciate it. I don't think I like you thanking me and me thanking you. Like I don't think I could say that enough either. 'Cause, I really do appreciate it. I I'm gonna start crying, but I appreciate it, guys. Like it's why I started my channel in the first place. Was there were things that I wish I had known that someone was there that could tell me or walk me through or guide me or answer questions, and I am gonna cry. Like it makes it worth it. Like regardless of all the crap, like knowing that a few lives were changed I do appreciate it. I haven't been a baby for a while. Like, I haven't cried like a happy cry. Like I'm stressed out of my mind quite a bit, but having a few different pieces of equipment can definitely change a lot. And like, I think the thing that made me the most like frustrated was, so I've used a certain like outsource supplier for like paper product printing forever, but occasionally I needed stuff done quicker, and there was a local supplier that I thought I was getting a good deal of $2 a sheet. And granted, the $2 would include the cutting. They charged me like $5 for a setup fee, but I thought I was getting a killer deal. And to find out that like I could literally produce the same thing on my own printer for like 25 cents or less, like just that like tiny bit of knowledge, like because to me it's like the printer seemed inaccessible. Like even now, like it's crazy to me. 3 years ago, if you would have been like, "Yep, you're gonna have a shop and you're gonna have all this equipment and you're gonna have all this," like I'd be like, "No, I don't believe you." And like just a little bit of focus, a little bit of hard work, man, it can make a huge difference. That's awesome. Way to go, Brian. The vinyl's done. Should we go see what it's doing? And I opened up another Dr. Pepper. Also, if you guys want, to go to my About page. Um, my address is there. You guys can send me like a sticker. I printed, oh, it's still in my truck. I printed a banner that I'm going to hang up. And if you guys want to send stickers, I'll put it on the banner. So with these, I have found, because they're so small, they kind of, this material is super thick, that it's easier to just kind of pull it up and pop. And these, I didn't do that little alcove because I tested it and they're just too small, even though it's literally the same sticker, or sticker design anyway. That's one thing that I don't do a good job of calculating, is sometimes the time that certain projects take and accounting that in the bidding process. And it's like, even with these, to get them out, to prep them, to package them, it takes time, and right now I'm not accounting for that. And it's not a problem right now because I'm the only one. But if I was trying to pay a team, and I technically didn't charge enough to make sure that the team's wages could be covered. So if you need to buy holographic stickers from me, now is the best time to do it. You'll get the best deal. Let's see what question I saw things. Dude, that's so awesome, George. Congratulations on getting the house. It's way cool. So with these, I typically find that it's best to push them to the edge and then use the edge to collect them. And then I can make a good little pile. They're a little easier to align since they don't have that jot. And again, what I'll do is I'll just roll it forward. You can like just do a row at a time and slide them off. But usually I find it's easier to not make a mess of them, because when they're a mess, you just have to spend more time. But again, didn't really account for the time that it takes. Small stickers are definitely harder. Like bigger ones, not that big a deal. They can come off quick. But at the same time, this is 112 stickers. So these tiny things, each set, Bob, like you were asking, the gap between them, each set or space has 112 of these tiny guys. But again, if I had the extension table, then I could have these on the extension table and already start cutting the next one so that I could improve turnaround. But I know when I was buying the table, that was an extra $6,000. It's probably even more now that I already have the table, and they'd have to come out. And the other problem is I have a bat back, so sometimes it does not go well. I am really digging the holographic. Really digging it. I see there's some stuff coming up, so I'll get to the questions here so I can actually collect all of these. I almost dropped it. Look how cool they are, though. I need to get a shrink wrap tool. Shipping these is not going to be fun. Let's see if I have to tape it again. We're going to get away with no tape. Alright, George, you can see that the flatbed just registers super quick and super easy. Let's see what questions I missed. That's true. I probably should get a piece of cardstock. Hey, I got some across the room. Uh, Daniel, I actually have a couple of videos coming out of how to get some more customers. Currently, I'm not running any ads. I do the only like marketing at this current moment that I'm doing is BNI, but I do have a few things in the work that I will share, and I did share. I can't remember what exactly I recorded, but I do have a couple of videos coming out. That's part of the reason why I'm finishing the office, because I want to be able to turn it into a showroom so that I feel more comfortable having people come instead of just being stud walls. I think that'll help. I know that's not ideal for some people. They still work from home. I definitely avoided having people come over when I worked from home. Um, I still tell people they have to call and make an appointment before they can come here. But there are some things you can do. But I'll make sure I make some more videos on that. Like Bob said, though, the majority of my business is word of mouth, because once you do a good job for someone, then you can continue to spread. Well, George, didn't your girlfriend like used to say you had to watch Together? Uh, that's true. I do need the couch. Yeah, definitely got to figure something out. JP, they are a blade. Let me go get one. Not JP, George. JP customer. Yeah. George, I will go get some blades and I'll show you what it is. Okay. I think that's all the questions. Definitely, I'll go get the blades and then I'll give you some pointers on getting more customers. So on the Summa, there are 3 tool slots, and I have what are called tangential modules, which is basically a tool that can spin around, and they have different tools that you can get. This tool in my hand is a single edge blade. So it's got the blade on one side, flat on the other. I bought this to do contour cutting, but after doing some testing, which made me mad, this was $350. After doing some testing, I found out that the double edge worked better, which it's a very similar tool to that, except it uses a double edge blade. So it is also a 60 degree. The single edge is a 60 degree. You can also buy this in a 50 degree, but I just have the 60. So this is the blade that it's using. So it goes down, punches the media, turns. It'll do up to like 30 degrees, and then it will pick up and turn and whatnot. So this is what I'm using. This is the same blade. So I use this blade for banners, posters, die cutting. I think that's about it. Foam core, I have used this on foam core. It doesn't work. The oscillating tool works. This will work on Coroplast if you're doing straight cuts. It's not the best, but it does work. The oscillating tool is better for that. That is the tool. Let's talk getting more customers. So I guess, George, do you have any more questions regarding that? Is it backwards? That's not mine. It looks backward on my screen. Yes, tangential means that it will basically, it'll pick up the tool and rotate it as it cuts, rather than the drag knife drags it to change directions. I do have a drag knife module that will take the standard blade, but I don't use it. I could, but I don't. So great, no more questions. So Daniel, let's talk about getting more customers. So that is why one of the mistakes I feel I made was having too much equipment, because it takes away from your focus. Someone was on earlier in the live stream saying that they focused on car wraps and it's grown really big. Well, that's because they were able to focus. They knew what customer they were going after. They knew the market. They knew the budgets. They knew the cost. So it makes it really simple to like streamline what you're doing and what your offering is and who you need to target. Where I have so many different pieces of equipment, I can be the solution for a lot of people, but it makes it harder for me to decide what to do to push forward. So, like, one thing I did today, as an example, was I had a previous customer that I thought they would probably like this holographic film. So I printed their logo on some stickers. I sent it to him and said, "Hey, I made these stickers for you." He said, "Oh, those are so cool. Can I come get them?" Yeah, come stop by. When he came here, he's like, "Oh, I need business cards. I need 500 for me, 500 for my dad. And hey, I brought these other stickers that we do. Um, I know you did some stickers for us in the past. These have a laminate on them. This one has a matte and this has a glossy. We like the matte better. Is that something that you can do?" And I said, "Well, I don't have a laminator. So, like, what are your needs? Because I'm willing to get a laminator if it's worth it. Because I don't, like, I'm not going to buy one just to buy one, but if I can have the business from you and it makes sense, then I will buy a laminator." And so we talked about it. They want to do 1 to 2,000 a month. They're starting another business. We'll do 1,000 or so a month. And so it could potentially be 2, 3, 4,000 stickers per month for this one customer. And so by being very focused and very specific with them, like, I knew they wanted stickers, and so I gave them to them for free. So that's one thing that you can do, is you can target who you're going after. One thing that I'm working on is I want to target dentists in my area. Utah is way oversaturated with dentists, and I want to go after them. And the reason I want to go after them is they usually order the same things. They order business cards, they order pens, they order thank you cards, they order stickers, they order sticky notes, they order t-shirts. Like, it's a very rudimentary package of things that they order. So if I can be a good source for them, once I kind of make the artwork, it's unlikely that they're going to change it a lot. Business cards, they're going to just need more. Appointment cards, they're just going to need more. T-shirts, they might change the design once or twice a year, or maybe every other year. So it makes it really easy to be a repetitive thing. And once you start working with one dentist or one person in the field, it makes it really easy to market to another one, because then you can use them as an example. You can show products. You can do specialty things for them. You can say, hey, this is another thing that I did for another dentist and it worked out really well. So, giant toothbrushes. But again, like, one thing that you can think about is, like, if I told you to name 10 things that are the color white, how, like, you got 30 seconds. Your mind goes all over the place trying to think of things. Versus if I said, name 10 things that are white in a refrigerator, then your mind can focus down on a lot of things. So it's like, oh, milk, yogurt, cottage cheese, sour cream, eggs. So it makes it really easy to kind of focus in on customers and what they're doing. Yeah, it definitely, the riches are in the niches, but focusing there at the same time, sometimes, like, that was really hard for me to learn to say no to people. And that's one of the reasons why I got rid of my white toner printer, because now I just can't do it. I can't do the one-off shirts very easily. So getting rid of it helped solve that problem. Um, Mitch, it is currently 2:10 in the morning. Um, so having a focus, not necessarily even on product, like, you can focus on product, but at the same time, you can just focus on an industry. You can serve a niche of people. Like, I know Bob has a couple of niche customers that it's like, and I don't know if you want me to say it or not, but so I won't. But Bob serves them, and once he does one thing for one of them, they post it in Facebook groups and say, "Hey, I got this from Bob," and then it leads to more sales because it's a community that has someone that can service them. And so it's not necessarily focusing down on an individual product, but it's focusing on customers. Um, so one thing that, like, has been honestly a bit depressing for me is tracking my numbers and my goal on a daily basis. Um, but at the same time, like, that's helped me because it's like, oh, I'm not going to hit my goal. So what can I do? Who can I email? Who can I find? Who can I talk to? I need to post on Instagram. I need to post on Facebook, because, like, doing that will, like, seeing, oh, I'm not going to hit my goal, then that that motivates me to, yep, I got to make sure I post on Instagram. Yep, I got to make sure I do this. Oh, I got to email a customer. I got to follow up with this person. So, like, being able to do that makes it, like, tracking numbers is super important, because if I only looked at my numbers once a month, then some days I wouldn't know that I wasn't making my goal, and other days I'd know that I way surpassed it. Like, today I hit my goal because one customer ordered product, and it's my favorite. It's my favorite type of customer. It's a repeat. I literally, like, this order is a $1,500 order, and the work involved for me at this point, because it's a repeat order, is 5 minutes. I did it while I was talking to you guys. I sent an email to the supplier saying I need 300 lanyards, and I sent an email to another supplier saying I needed 250 tote bags. The email consisted of, this is the product, this is the quantity, this is the previous PO, this is the new PO, this is the shipping address. I'm going to get an email Monday saying we received your order is on hold pending payment. I'll call them, I'll give them my credit card, they'll pay for the order, and then in a week or two I'll get an email saying your order was shipped. I'll then send an invoice to my customer saying your order is shipped. You should see it on X day. And that's it. Profit on the job is going to be about $600. So I spent maybe a total of 30 minutes, and I'll profit $600. And a lot of times, like, that's why my equipment will sit here, because when I run my equipment, I make a lot of money on the equipment, but my equipment isn't always running. And that's part of my own problem is because I have the HP latex, because I have the UV flatbed, because I have the Konica, because I have the Epson roll printer, because like I have all these things now that I do, I'm one person. And if I would have focused on saturating the HP latex to the point that I could be like George and be like, yep, it's so saturated, I gotta buy another one. That'd be perfect. But instead, I tried to build up versatility, and like it's been good. Don't get me wrong, but it's also been hard because I can only do so much. I can only be so many places, which is why I like outsourcing because I can do those jobs and make that money and not have to do anything. So I know there's been some questions and comments, so let's see here. Bakeries. Yeah, so I actually have a local grocery store that I'm working with, and I'm going to redo all their labels. They order 150,000 labels every 2 months. It's a single mom and pop grocery store that orders 150,000 labels every 2 months. So I'm working with them to take over the production, to take over the fulfillment. I'm not going to do any of the, like I designed it, and I'm going to help them set up the software and stuff so they can run it. But um, once I do that, the labels will be outsourced. I'm going to order them like 3, 4, 500,000 at a time. I'm going to warehouse them here, and then I'm going to go over there. I'm there. I buy my groceries there anyway, and I will see their inventory. And if they need it, I'm going to take it in and just send them an invoice, and they'll pay it. So yeah, there's lots of great places that you can get some some good stuff. Yep, like Bob's saying, bakeries are really good. I know Bob, you said I could do it. Bob should find like a niche group of gamers. Like, so finding people that like stuff, that have stuff that you want, and sell it to them. Let's see, Jared, I know this is a personal question and you changed my life, but how are you doing? And do you still love creating? Um, Usually I'm good. I love what I do. Absolutely love it. The last little bit, it has financially weighed on me quite heavily. Um, Part of that is because of having so much equipment. Part of it is being the sole provider for my family, even though my wife does help with the embroidery work. Um, I just sometimes I feel like a failure. Um, I think what most of it comes down to is I'm putting in a lot of work, and I don't often enough feel a type of reward. And it's not to say that you always have to have a reward, but like I really haven't paid myself um, since I quit my job in December of 19. Like I have not given myself a paycheck, and that's good and bad. But at the same time, like I I don't frivolously spend money. I don't give myself money that I can spend on myself. Like all the money I spend on my business, which I enjoy, and I enjoy the things that I can get and do. And it's not that I'm like depriving myself of stuff. Like I have my Dr. Pepper that I'm drinking, and I have chips and snacks, and it's like that's what I have, so I don't go out to eat, so I don't have to leave. And so it's not that I'm like I don't have fun at all or anything like that, but I don't have necessarily the reward or the satisfaction that you would sometimes feel of like having a paycheck. It's like here's the money that you earned doing such a good job. Like, I think that's what it comes down to. So I do have an appointment with my accountant that we're gonna probably start implementing the profit first system. So I'll definitely let you guys know how that goes. But most of the time, I'm good. I still absolutely love my job. I love working for myself, but at times the financial burden can be super taxing. It's true. Like Bob says, even when you're outsourcing, you can usually beat other people's prices um, significantly. Billy Lavelle or Lovell, do you have a video on how the whole process works? Which print process? I have lots of videos. If you're looking specifically for stickers, yes. Business cards, yes. Lots of videos. George, you're saying you need business cards. Go visit ttmsprint.com. Put that here in the chat. Um, that is my website that I'm still working on. It is functional, but that's how you can buy business cards from me the cheapest way. Mitch, that's awesome. 1,000,000 pounds with one employee. That's awesome. Like I said, I'm really not doing terrible. Let's see where I'm at for the year. I'm at 200,000 in sales by myself. It's not great, not terrible. Infinite, it is 2:20 where I am. For Bob, it's way later. I don't know. Infinite, like, Etsy's a great place to get business. Online is a really good way to get business. That's one thing that um, like almost all of my business is local. I have hardly anything um, that's online. That's what I need to change. I need to start getting work that, like, all the work that I get, I have to like hunt, gather, gather, versus if I can get a few online things set up, then that's what I need to do. Slowly working on it. Bob's talking about his niches. Mitch, do you think the flatbed cutter was a good next step? I don't know how I don't know much about these machines, but wondering if that makes sense. Yeah, the flatbed was awesome. I think, like, if I were to go back in time, um, I probably wouldn't have bought the Konica. The Konica, because the Konica and the Duplo, that, like, the Konica was about 50, the Duplo was about 26. So all in roughly $80,000. That's the machine I wouldn't have bought. Flatbed, absolutely, it's been awesome. The versatility with the flatbed and the HP latex, it'll do so much stuff, so much stuff. So absolutely, I wouldn't have bought the Konica. I would just forego the local small prints because there's not a ton of money in it. Versus there's good money in banners, there's good money in posters, there's good money in die cut stickers. Um, but like, I'm printing some business cards, and it's going to profit me like $7 versus doing a bunch of stickers will make me a ton more money. So that's absolutely flatbed. It's been super sweet. Um, the machine I regret is the Konica and the Duplo. It's nice. It gives me a lot of things that I can do that help like bring business in the door. But like, being a physical print shop, I can see kind of the necessity of it. But I'm moving towards sign making, large format, kind of the grand format things because there's just more money in it. Infinite is the profit first. Let me put a link. I will link the book on Amazon. It is an affiliate link, so if you do buy something, I do receive a commission. Let's see. Yes, Bob. It's hard to see through the negative comments. Brian asks if I've reached out to the local schools. My local school district sells yard signs to seniors for $3. So, nope. I tried that last year and it was not worth it. I did sell some locally um, to a few people, but um, I didn't go big with it. There wasn't the school did them for $3 a piece. I can't compete with that. Um, George, thanks for the donation. Really appreciate it. Billy, I wanted to get into sign making, large format printing, and laminating, I guess, and maybe stickers as well. Yeah, if you're wanting to do that, I would definitely start with a roll printer. I'm a huge fan of the HP latex. If you're in the States, then I would definitely talk to Garrett at Grimco. If you don't want to go latex, you could even go Epson, which is Solvent, Roland. Garrett can definitely answer those questions. For me, getting into it, the HP latex has been awesome. I know a lot of people that I have helped inform that decision with them, and they've all liked it. I've only known one person that has left the HP latex, and that's Derek with Albury Designs, and he wanted a smaller Pico drop. For me, I haven't had complaints, so I'm gonna stick with it. Bob is trying to undercut me. Don't do it, Bob. It's not worth the money. Um, Thank you again, George. Super kind of you. Yeah, so looking at my insights, my I have 3 customers that have done over 20,000. Um, one of them is my brother. Um, my walk-in category, which is kind of the like people I don't want to put in the database, that's done 16. Um, a grocery store has done 11. The local high school has done almost 9, and then it just continues to drop from there. So my top 3 customers combined, my top 3 customers account for, what is that, 40 35–40% of my revenue. So I just need to get a few more whales like that. Bob, I am starting the website, TTMS Print. Most of that is geared towards you guys, being able to, one, test a product, and two, be able to provide prints for people that don't want to get into specific niches. So, like, if you just do stickers, then you don't do printing, and so being able to provide services to other people. But I'm trying to do it at an affordable price, not my regular retail. So we'll see how it goes. Mitch, I did get your email about the graphic design. It's not that I'm not interested. I just have not had a minute to respond, so I do apologize. But I will get back to you. Leonardo, the flatbed is definitely an animal by itself. I should go clean up those stickers, but I just don't want to. And it looks like the other print is done, so I'll probably cut it off. And we'll probably end the live stream soon because we've been going for quite a few hours. And I should go home and go to bed. And a lot of you should go to bed, except the rest of you that just woke up. Let's see. So Billy is asking the difference between latex and solvent. Latex sits on top of the surface. So when it's printing, the latex is put down with water, and then the water is evaporated to leave the latex on top of the material. Solvent, or typically it's called eco solvent, is where it actually erodes the layer of vinyl to like combine it with the material. Latex has less maintenance, is less prone to issues if it's not used frequently. Eco solvent typically is a finer print, so it allows for more detail because the droplet sizes are typically smaller than the latex. Unless you get like the new 700 or 800 series, then it's closer in comparison. But for me, the reason I went with latex is I didn't know how much I'd be printing, and I needed a machine that had low maintenance and low risk if I didn't print for a while. The longest I have gone on not printing with my HP latex is a month, where I didn't print for an entire month, and I went and printed, and it went fine. I also liked that the print heads were a consumable part, so that I could replace them. So there's pros and cons to both. For me, the latex just works great. So I have no reason to switch anytime soon, or change, or look for a change. Bob is saying that one of his customers accounts for 98% of his income. But that's great. So Infinite, that's a great start with the sales that you've got. Definitely, it's all about time. Like I think my 5th year of business, I only did like 40,000 in sales, and I'm currently in my 12th or 13th year of business. So, Bob, I can't believe your wife gets up to go to work soon. That is crazy. George, I'll watch for your order. Let me know if you have questions. know that sometimes I'm slow at responding to my emails that I know do not require a quick response. Like I read it and I've thought about it and I've thought about what to say and what my response will be to you, but sometimes I'm slow when it comes to stuff that's not critical. That's a good way to look at it, Bob. Got the difference. Um, well, one last reminder, I did start the memberships with YouTube, so if you guys want to get some more exclusive content that way through YouTube, you can join there. Other than that, unless you guys have other questions, we're almost at 200 minutes, so it's probably a roughly good time to start wrapping up and calling it a night. So, any last questions, comments, concerns, rude remarks, anything like that? I am a quitter. I'm tired. I'm ready for bed. My goal this year is to do 450,000 in sales. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna try. Bob, you were in bed 200 minutes ago. Infinite, yes. I am an LLC. I am a single member LLC. Um, yeah, that's about it. That might change in the future. All of that is going to kind of depend on my accountant and what's best for the business, depending on how much money it's made. At this point, my business makes no money and has no profit, and so right now it doesn't really matter. Yeah, sole proprietor is a great thing to do. If you're making that much money being a miner, good on you. Way to go. That's freaking awesome. When I was a miner, I made like $5,000 a year. So props to you. Also, to all of you, if you go to the About page on my YouTube channel, you can get my address. I'm putting up a poster that I printed of the world. And if you want to send me a sticker or something that you do, I will put it up on that poster. I'm going to put it right here in front of me so I can have that encouragement of keep on keeping on. Well, you're crushing it, Bob. You're making me look like a chump, outselling me. It'll definitely be close. You got a few more days to get that in. It's kind of where I'm sitting. Got a few more days to hit my goal. I hope it happens. Pirate ship is definitely more expensive. If you are shipping a ton, which I don't ship a ton, then I'll throw this company in the chat. They are by far the cheapest. But they do have a monthly fee. But if you are shipping a ton, then they are the cheapest company to go with. You can also get better rates through places like ShipStation, just because they will ship via multiple shippers, UPS, FedEx, USPS. So you can get better rates doing that. But the one in the comments will get you the best by far. But again, there is monthly fees. Good luck on getting that monopoly. I've had a couple shops close down around here. So as long as you can stay open. Mitch, I have thought about rollover table. I call them application tables. It definitely would be nice. But I have a flatbed printer, so I don't necessarily need one. So I haven't mentioned it on the channel because I'm afraid of the hatred that I'll get because I bought it. There will be some videos coming out on it when I'm comfortable enough to release them. But yeah, for that type of stuff, I'm now going to be able to just print directly to it. Yeah, there's a ton of business available in most places. My goal this year was to do close to $500,000, and then next year I wanted to double it, and then the year after I wanted to quadruple it. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, if I could do $500,000 this year, next year the goal would be $1 million, and my long term goal is within the next 5 years I want to be a $10 million company. Not necessarily by myself, but if I could do $10 million by myself, I would gladly do it. But we'll see. It's true. I should just not care about all the other people. I just posted anyway. It's edited. Cam edited the video and it's ready to be published. But no, I'll get your guys' opinion of what video I should release next. I was going to release where did it go? Oh, here it is. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos that are ready to be released. I have one that is how much money it costs me to run my business. So I talk about my monthly expenses and everything like that. I have a really short one that is how to apply vinyl to a chloroplast sign. I have one that Cameron called edge to edge Summa cutting. So I'm not sure what that one, I don't remember what I recorded, but something to do with a flatbed cutter. I have one that Cameron called how to grow the business, which is me talking about marketing and things that you could do And then I have one on my origin story because I keep getting a lot of comments asking me about how I got started. So those are the 5 videos that I have. Again, I was planning on Monday to release the how to apply vinyl to a Core 5 sign. Apparently he did not edit the flatbed printed one. But if I were to do one of those 5, which one would you want to see? So Infinite wants the how much it costs to go live on Tuesday. Bob says all of them at once. Not gonna happen. I gotta have content for a few weeks. C. Anderson, you were looking at employee. Me. Bob's my Bob, not Bob. My Bob does do some sales every now and then, but not very much. Well, I think with the new membership program, I could do early access on videos. So maybe I'll do that. Yep, I can release. So if you join the membership program, I'll add that as a benefit, and then I will release videos sooner. But for now, I'm only going to do one. Well, Infinite is the only one. The membership starts at 99 cents per month. I did 3 membership tiers, which you have 99 cents, $9.99, and $24.99. That's early access to new videos. Before it goes public. Okay. I added the perk. Submit for review. Now it's pending. But yeah. There are 3 tiers. PrintFam Member, PrintFam Plus, and PrintFam Pro. Again, starting at 99 cents. Someone paid me at 1:55 in the morning. Oh, it was an automatic sale. Those aren't fun. Well, they are fun, but it is 99 cents a month. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it feels. Sometimes I feel like I'm being a jerk and not just giving everything away for free. So my wisdom isn't worth that much. Thanks, Bob. It's true. I gave you my how to sell large format products, and it wasn't worth it. It wasn't even worth it for free. Add some more stacks. I need to add. I can't even remember how to add to that thing. I need to add like Reese's Pieces, Reese's Eggs. I don't know what it is, but chocolate and peanut butter. Mm. It is like my favorite. Three. Let's see if I can remember how to. The Reese's peanut butter cups with Reese's Pieces candy in it. And I've been like on Sun Chips lately. Sun Chips are good. I don't even remember how I did my wish list thingy. Am I sure I want to leave YouTube? Yes. I can remove the iPhone. I just bought myself a new one. How? I don't know what I do. Let's see. Let's sign into Amazon. Now you got me curious. Continue. Dude, the garden salsa. Cheese is probably my favorite, but the garden salsa, I really like that one. I really like the the green bag. I don't even know what flavor it is. Oh, I need my. Hold on, it's gonna. There's gotta be another way to get my Amazon. Hold on, it's gonna pause for a second. I apologize. French onion, that's what it is. Love me some French onion. I don't even remember how to edit this. Oh, I found it. Okay, well, I found my list, but how do I add? Oh, man. Oh, I found it. Add to list. Let's see if it works. Oh, it worked. I added Reese's Pieces to my list. There's a tool that I talked about in um, the how to apply vinyl to a core glass sign. That is a backer slitting tool. That is a sweet tool. I even have that on my wish list. I forgot some of the stuff that was on here. I don't need the padding knife. I bought my own. What would you guys add to the wish list? Selling is super important. Let's see. all the new subscriber need to watch Newest to Oldest, the story of a man on top who moved to a warehouse to his garage and sell off a bunch of equipment, downgrades his equipment. It's true. If you have not watched all the videos, you have missed a lot of things. Infinite, I will get you a link to the tool. This is the slitter tool, which is really cool. It makes it super easy to do yard signs and lots of other things, but specifically yard signs. The one thing that I have been like super like my wife, we don't have a Costco card, but my neighbor has one, and my wife has been going to Costco with her, and they sell chocolate covered macadamia nuts. They're so good. Oh, and chocolate covered blueberries, those are good. Chocolate, I'm a chocolate person. But the chocolate covered blueberries, I had those the other day. I ate way more than I should have. We have a Sam's Club as well, but that's because Sam's Club is closer to us. Sam's Club is one city over, and Costco is 3 cities. George, no, I eat all the chocolate. Oh man, you guys have put me down on a bad path. Mm. Let's see what else is chocolate covered. Chocolate covered cherries? No, I don't like cherries. Chocolate covered cashews? Yes, please. Chocolate covered cashews are good. Chocolate covered raisins are good. Oh, true. One of my favorite customers is a soda shop. I don't ever have to pay for specialty sodas anymore. And it's super nice. I always try to pay them because I feel guilty about it, but secretly it makes me feel super happy inside. So sometimes I make them free stickers because they use them for like they sell cookies and different things. So I'll just print little like 2-inch stickers when I have extra room when I'm doing stuff. But I did trade for some brownies. I traded some prints at the bakery. That was good. It was like one sheet of business cards. My favorite, like candy, is Reese's Eggs, but they only ever have them at Easter. Stuff on Amazon. You know, I always get Reese's Eggs on Amazon. I do like peanut M&Ms or peanut butter M&Ms. I like peanut M&Ms. Oh man, Falling in. Falling in. Maple bacon donuts. Yeah, you can only eat like half of one. Any other like print related questions rather than like me just like looking at candy on Amazon? uh, yeah, Bob's wife is getting up for work. It's 3 a.m. for me. McDonald's is open. Get the breakfast burrito. I don't know if Mitch is still on, but it's probably like 10 or 11 a.m. there. Well, I might have to hit you up about a website. Mine needs some help. I'm too lazy though. We're just shopping Amazon together. There's something I was thinking of, and now I can't remember. Oh, I remember. Brian, yes, I do a ton of promotional products. So I will go and tell you the breakdown of the different products that I've been selling. So if I come here, okay. So this year I have done 61,000 in promotional products. I've done 48,000 in screen printing. I've done 26,000 in large format, which is the HP latex. I've done 23,000 in embroidery. I've done 15,000 in print. I have billed out 13,000 in labor. I have done 12,000 in outsourced large format printing. I have done 8,500 in outsourced print. I have done 2,000 in large format flatbed. I've done 1,500 in white toner. I have filled out 1,500 for shipping, and I have billed out 1,200 for the Epson roll label printer. $371 for accessories, and $363 in heat transfer bagging. So promotional products, 61, Screen printing, basically 50. Large format, 25. Embroidery, 25. Print, 15. So promotional products is by far my number one. Part of that is because it's really easy to sell because there's so many different products that you can sell, and it requires artwork. So it makes it super quick, super simple, because you're the artwork person, you're the idea person. Um, but like my two big customers, that's majority of what they order, that and embroidery and screen printing. Like my so if I look at number one and number two, they order promotional products, embroidery, and screen printing. Number four customer has mainly ordered embroidery and large format. Um, Number six customer is mainly screen printing. Number seven, mainly screen printing. Number nine, embroidery. 10, screen printing. 11, print. So, yeah, lots of promotional products. I should get a chair. I sit over at my flatbed. Problem is, I'm a big boy, so I need a wide chair. The last chair I bought on Amazon was not comfortable. The labor that I charged was specifically cutting out material on the Summa. So that is either that or it's an install labor. To cut out, I've been charging $175 an hour if I'm just cutting something on the Summa. Um, so that's where the majority of the labor has come in, is cutting or install. So if I go do an install for something, like putting vinyl on a front door when they buy the large format print from me, then I charge a minimum of $75 to go do that. So typically, like setup fees, I don't count as labor. Labor is like install or Summa cutting. Serdar, do I use latex in all my prints? All my large format stuff, for the most part, is the latex. Yes. Yep. Brian, like Bob saying, promotional products is to me very passive, so to speak. Plus, a lot of it is repeat business. Like my number one customer, theirs is the order I got today, which was just a repeat order. So, like they ordered totes and lanyards, which they ordered in January, and she messaged me today and said, "Hey, we're out, or we're gonna be out." Well, she didn't. I assume she's out, and she just said she needed more. How many did we do last time? I told her. She said, "When did we do those?" And then she ordered more. So super easy. 5 minutes. It'll take another 5 minutes when I call to pay for it. Um, Promotional groups. I'm a member of Sage, so I pay for the PPAI membership, which gets me Sage. It's $500 a year. I did make a video, um, which I could probably find, that talks about how I got started in selling promotional products. There's actually a free one. I won't give it away. Go watch the video. But you can get started for free. That's how Bob, I believe, is doing it. I just posted that video on how to get started with promotional products in the chat. All right. Well, any other questions before we call it a live stream? The ttmsprint.com is a service that I will release some more information on as soon as I find a viable option. So I don't want to say just because I'm not positive on how it's going to work out. But what about the East Coast people that are just waking up? They missed it. They didn't stay up late enough. Okay, well, I will. I think my AirPod died. Is it working? Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Well, oh, no. Okay, I'm going to end it in like 30 seconds unless there's any last questions. We'll let the final questions roll in. If not, I'm going to go home, get a few hours of sleep before my kids jump on me. Well, thank you all for watching. If you guys want to support the channel, join the live streams, use my Amazon affiliate links, buy crap from me. It's not crap, but thank you all. I hope some of you get some sleep, or at least have some good food. Enjoy your breakfast, George. I really could go now. No, I'm not streaming tomorrow, Bob. Okay. I'm gonna really go out now that I played with the filters or whatever effects. I didn't try all of them though. Okay, now I've tried them all. Bye, guys.